Hi, my name is Hazime, and this is the Icebreaker speech. And today I will be discussing how a pair of shoes applies to my life. Hello, I've gathered you all here today to describe the object that I resemble to the most, which is something you guys would probably think of last. Most of us have them, whether you're a year old or you're 80 years old. Shoes have been a dire necessity since you were a toddler. At initial thought, you ponder on the idea of how possibly a human and a pair of shoes could have any similarities. However, in just a few moments, I will describe to you how, in fact, most of us are just as similar to a pair of shoes. Whether they're a sturdy pair of boots, a pair of Tempur-Pedic shoes, or a stylish pair of heels, a pair of shoes are a great way of explaining who I am. I have them, you have them, we all have them. Today I will be discussing the properties of a pair of shoes and how their protection, their comfort, and their style apply to my life. It may apply to yours as you listen carefully. The shoe was first used as protection to guard the feet from outdoor elements that could possibly harm you along your journey. Me personally, I carry a protection feature due to the nature of being a man. It is instinct for us to be the protector of the household and for the family. Even as a child growing up without a father, I can remember always trying to protect my mother in any given situation, and now that I'm older, this now applies more to my life. Since the sole purpose of the shoe was to protect, and us males are programmed to our significant other and our family, the first property of the shoe really explains my personality perfectly. But what is protection without love and comfort? Protection without any love or comfort can only last so long. A very big trait that I possess is a comforting side of me. You can provide safety, but without the comfort and love, you might as well be a walking rifle. But being a man, and especially when it comes to a relationship with a significant other, your partner is going to want you to comfort her in a time of need, not only protecting her. Protection keeps away the trouble, but the comfort keeps the love locked in. That's if you can keep the spark between each other. Which leads to the third and final way a pair of shoes describes me. That is the style aspect of the shoe. I'm an outgoing person and I have a good style, and having a good style is a major theme in my life. Style isn't just the way you dress, it's how you dress it. It can be describing the way you handle things, and to me, ultimately shaping the outcome of any given scenario can be your style, whether it is with a relationship or how the style I tell in this story. So there you have it. 3 ways of a shoe describing me is the protection, the comfort, and the style. And these are the 3 properties that possess inner qualities that I have. Personally, I believe these key elements aren't only for a successful relationship, but naturally these are 3 key aspects that almost are a perfect way of describing a man's nature and how we should really want to be as a man. Whether they're a sturdy pair of boots, a pair of Tempur-Pedic shoes, or a stylish pair of heels, a pair of shoes are a great way of explaining who I am. Out of all the objects that I could possibly think of, I really didn't know how I was going to actually relate a pair of shoes at all, especially when the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of shoes is how smelly they are. And I didn't want to explain myself as being smelly. So up until I really gave it some thought, I had no idea that I could use this as a focal point in my speech to describe key aspects of who I am. Ironically, after hearing the speech, I bet most of you guys are more like a pair of shoes than you ever thought. A pair of shoes describes who I am. What object describes who you are?